Hi Clive, we had a lovely start to the day across the northwest of Wales. These alticumulus lenticularis clouds lit up by the rising sun across the northwest Wales area in Anglesey. And for most of us, it is a brighter day today. There's more sunshine to go around, but we still have the lingering after effects from last week's very heavy rain. There are still over 100 flood warnings currently in force. And today has been another day where we've seen some snowfall, like here in Jersey and the Channel Islands, seen a bit over recent hours in Bodmin in southwest England, and also a few flurries falling from this cloud across northern Scotland around the Murray coastline.
Good afternoon. A cold day once again today, but dry. Now, we still have 6 flood warnings and 6 flood alerts in place for parts of southwest and west London, but for the next few days, it should be dry, breezy and cold. Now, high pressures in charge, feeding in this dry air, and with no significant rain in the forecast, those floodwaters should start to recede. Now, we had a few showers overnight, fell wintry over higher ground. You can see a light dusting here in Redhill first thing this morning. Any cloud we were left with first thing broke up, so sunny spells developed, and through this afternoon some lengthy spells of winter sunshine.
Hello again. Well, this is novel. I found a chair for the weather. Look at these gorgeous girls hiding from that cold wind today. A cold and dry night to come this evening, and then tomorrow more sunshine, but still a chilly day, although those winds a little bit lighter. And then as we head on into Thursday and Friday, a bit more cloud around, maybe a spot of drizzle, and it's going to feel slightly less cold, but nothing particularly warm.
But let me just show you this extraordinary footage of a double-decker bus that lost control after it hit freezing rain and crashed into parked vehicles before skidding into a garden wall and then finally coming to a halt. It had been on its way to a primary school in Kirkcaldy. Luckily, there were no passengers on board, and Police Scotland say no one was injured. Time now for a look at the weather. Louise Lear is here. Louise.
Plenty of challenges, Sophie, as we've just been seeing in the weather just recently. It's just a few days ago when a major incident was declared in Nottingham. Look at the difference. In fact, we've had blue sky and sunshine. Yes, there is still some significant flooding, but hopefully the sunshine's compensating a little and helping with some of the clear-up operations that are no doubt still ongoing.
Other than chilly, of course.
It is cold, Riz. Yes, today's temperatures, we stayed in very low single figures, but we've had that northeasterly breeze, which has actually made it feel much colder than the temperature read. Now, as we headed through the morning, we had plenty of sunshine around, little bit of snow flurry here and there overnight, left 1 or 2 dustings of snow, long gone now. We are, however, left, as you were hearing earlier on in the programme, with a few flood warnings, several still in place for a large swathe of the River Thames, Teddington to Maidenhead, and lots of weather watchers pictures coming in of this flood water. Now, it has receded a little in 1 or 2 spots, but it's contending with high tides. So the good news is we haven't got any rain or significant rain forecast in the forecast for the rest of this week, so it should start to recede a little.
Alex is here. Well, it's cold. We know that for sure, don't we?
Absolutely. Feeling very wintry, as we saw in the Channel Islands a little earlier, and we still have those cold weather alerts in place until the end of the week. But it has been bitterly cold today. Temperatures have been quite a few degrees below average for this time in January. In fact, across Scotland, it was very cold indeed. Inverness, -3 this afternoon. It should be at around 7 or 8 degrees Celsius. You can see across many other parts of the UK, temperatures sitting around 3-4 degrees Celsius. So feeling very cold, and as you've guessed it, there will be a pretty widespread sharp frost as we head into this evening and overnight. And that is all down to this colder air mass that we've got over the UK at the moment. Let's actually run the sequence as we head through the course of this week. You can actually see some less cold air, I would say, coming in for the middle part of this week. So temperatures recovering a little bit, but you can see as we head towards the end of this week, creeping into the weekend, we're going to see more cold air plunging southwards. So it's going to be a cold end to the weekend and a very chilly start to next week indeed. Let's take a quick look, though, where we do have those wintry flurries a little earlier. As we saw, Channel Islands certainly waking up to a dusting of snow and some disruption there. This was the scene in Kent earlier this afternoon. Still some snow on the rooftops there. And also, well, there's no such thing as the wrong type of weather, just the wrong type of clothes. I'll let you make up your mind as to whether these shorts were appropriate in Kent as well. So there you have it, another cold and frosty night to come. As I say, up early tomorrow morning, I'd watch out for just a few icy stretches in places.
OK, Alex, thank you.
Beyond that, through Friday and the weekend, the weather continues on that rather quiet theme. There'll be widespread morning frost and temperatures will continue to run below average. But then into next week, we get a blast of northerly winds moving down. There will be snow showers moving into Scotland. There could be a weather system coming in off the Atlantic that may well bring a spell of more widespread snow. Uncertainty about where that zone's going to be. But next week, there's plenty of potential for seeing some disruption with some cold and snowy weather for some. Clive.